Hi, I'm Vivian Acquah, the workplace wellness advocate, and I'm going to inspire you with Linked4Energy to work on your wellness. My guest of today is Shea Harty, and she's the company culture designer. She's going to share a few tips about building a great company culture. Stay tuned. Hi, Shea, welcome.
Hi, Vivian. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and can you tell me something about yourself within 1 minute?
1 minute.
Yes.
So, I'm Shea Harty.
Mhm.
I'm a New Yorker with Jamaican parents. So that makes me put all those stereotypes together and you get me. I have been in human resources since 1999 on this wonderful project called 2YK for people who are old like me. You'll remember what that is.
You're not old
Uh,
yet, okay?
um, and then I stayed in human resources and did recruitment and compensation and talent management. I also have a degree in marketing, currently lecture at a university, and I have a U.S. law degree. So a lot of education,
You're multi-talented. You're multi-talented.
multi-talented,
And
and I'm a mom.
yay, moms! You're doing it all.
Yes.
Yes. The question I want to ask you is, what is your definition of employee sustainability?
Employee sustainability. For me, sustainability is about engagement of the employee and setting up processes to continue to have them be engaged throughout the time that they're an employee of the company. But even after they leave the company, they should become an ambassador. And that's really where you see true sustainability.
Yes, I totally agree because do you see also a difference between America and here in Amsterdam because you're living in Amsterdam at the moment?
Yes, I'd say a big difference. It's huge. I think here in the Netherlands, we don't talk about company culture as much. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something that you discuss or put into practice, at least up until recently.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there. It's
Yes.
there. You can feel it. You know that certain departments or certain offices, what you can wear, who you can talk to, when you can talk to them, that you eat lunch together. That's part of the culture.
Yes.
And in the States, we talk about it more. It's more something that's on the mind because we talk a lot about employer branding and being a top employer, attracting the talent. And we put a bit more effort into it. But I think both countries have the same challenge of maintaining it and what actually constitutes good company culture.
Excellent. And I just sent you an article that's about improving company culture starts with wellness. What do you think about this article?
I thought the article was really great, and I completely agree that wellness is a key factor in employee engagement and sustainability. What really struck me with the article is that although a lot of companies are implementing wellness, their employees are saying that they don't have time to do it, to
Mm-hmm.
participate,
Yes.
which to me just doesn't make any sense. If it's part of your objective is to create wellness, to keep your employees healthy so they can do things. And they also, part of your culture should be that you give them time to do it.
It's
Otherwise, what's the point?
it seems like they are window dressing it for
Exactly.
future employees to lure them into the company, and
Exactly.
then when they are in there they are feeling trapped and not being able to
Exactly.
work on their wellness. So I totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
they talked also about the wearable, what was it, wearable health things, those
Mm-hmm.
bands where you could track your blood pressure. And I think that's really great.
Yes.
But to me, it feels very much more one-sided for the business. And you're, like you said, window dressing,
Mm-hmm.
because now the company can calculate, are you taking care of yourself? Because they pay for, especially in the US, they
Mm-hmm.
pay for the health insurance. If you're
Mm-hmm.
sick, they pay for it. If you're long-term sick, they also pay for it.
Yeah, but the thing in the Netherlands is that we have this privacy law that you cannot look into my matter. So that's also a thing that I'm going to address later on, but
Yeah.
they can't.
Yeah. Yeah. In the States, it's company property.
Wow, good to know. And can you share 3 tips about building a great company culture?
I think the company culture actually starts with the employee experience. And within the employee experience, a lot of people forget or they think that the employee experience starts and ends when you're an employee. But it actually starts even before you're an employee. So recruitment and having a good recruitment process is one tip I would suggest, and having it connected to the brand values, attracting people who identify with those same company values. The employee experience goes on even during the employees stay within the company.
Mm-hmm.
But for true company culture, for true employee experience, it goes on before they're an employee and even after. Ambassadorship is key, and everything before the time that they even come for an interview is important, because these are people who will be your advocates when they leave the company or while they're at the company. So everything from recruitment to the way their pay structure is made to the holiday plan to wellness program, all of that is part of company culture, and making sure that those align with the company values is key.
Especially now that the Netherlands is facing the challenge that there are a lot of people getting older, and they have to do more tricks, do more to attract younger people, to attract new people to their company. So I totally agree. And looking at 2025, what will happen in the company cultures? What's your prediction?
In the way back in my parents' generation, people stayed with their company for 25, 30 years. They started there when they were 18 and they stayed forever. I mean, that's the kind of loyalty. They were completely invested in their company. You don't wear another company's brand or do anything like that. You are, Nike. You are whoever that company is. It's you live and breathe it. And we've stepped away from that. So I think that we're going to move back toward there. And maybe that time period, it was a bit extreme for the times for it to maintain that way. But where we are now, where there's almost no loyalty for why should I be loyal when you're going to let go of me in a year, or in the US, there's no severance package. There's a very small severance package. Or, there's no sense of accountability toward your employee. So why should an employee care about the company? And then what I see going forward is that there's going to be a shift, and it's going to be a bit more, particularly with this generation that's here now that are really looking for purpose.
Yes.
They're really much more purpose oriented, and a lot of people mistake that for lazy or not wanting to work or just wanting things the way they want it. And I think that's wrong. I think it's a misconception to think that this generation is not a purposeful or, hardworking generation. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to change the way company culture is, and that
they're already changing it.
They're already changing. Yeah. And that's where I see the future. 2025 is going to be it's going to be more to where it was in our parents' generation. Maybe not exactly how it was, but closer to that.
Okay. Thank you, Shea, for this interview. Do you have any questions? Not you, Shea, but do the viewers have any questions or comments or remarks they want to make? Just drop them here. Just drop them so that we can answer the questions. This was Linked4Energy. I'm Vivian Acquah, the workplace wellness advocate, and this is Shea Harty. She is the company culture designer, so contact her. Till the next time. Bye.
Bye.